I'm live, apparently. Okay, well, I guess we'll get started with this. Hello, for anyone who's viewing remotely. This is very odd. I've never done this before, I don't think. But I do have a very beautiful in-person audience of Karen and Michael and Mia the dog. And I've had a lot of family and friends of friends let me know that they're tuning in, and I really appreciate that. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm really honored that you choose to spend an hour of your evening with me. And I really hope that it's as beautiful for everyone who's watching outside as it is for me right now. I'm in Germantown, New York. I got a little upstate retreat going on, which has been incredible. Thank you to my wonderful hosts. And yeah, so as many of you know, I put out an album last month called Mayfly. This was supposed to be my New York City album release concert at Much More's. I was going to split the bill with Eli Greenhoe and Anna Roberts-Gavalt, who are two incredible musicians, and I hope you're able to go check them out on your own time. We will reschedule that show at some point, no idea when yet. Obviously, no one knows when anything's happening with anything right now. That's just life. This has been a very good exercise in patience, but tonight I'm just going to play through the tunes on my album, plus a couple of new things. Nick Sai is going to join me on guitar for a couple tunes in the middle, and here we go. I'm going to start with a tune called Silver Bay, which I wrote in Alaska last summer. concert hall. The acoustics are awesome. Hopefully everyone is able to hear all right. This is not the most high-tech thing.
Feedback is it sounds fantastic.
Well, yeah, good feedback. Wonderful. I'm going to move on to another tune from Mayfly called Waiting Sky. When she is shy, she whispers. When she is lonely, goes away. Her feet are wandered back into the evening day. When she is tall, she's angry. When she is stubborn, sits up straight. She's trying hard to leave before it gets too late. When she is here, she's quiet. When she goes and she says goodbye, go on losing her love into the waiting sky. Okay, so I'm switching to viola now, as you can probably see, and I'm going to play a tune called In the Quartz Morning. something coming out, 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 something coming out with inside the sun, 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 inside the sun. Gather me into you, 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 gather me This is a good concert, Doggo. Okay, so those first few tunes were from the album Mayfly, and I'm gonna move on now to something that's a little bit more recent. So a few weeks ago, not too long ago, feels like a year ago now. Anything that was pre-quarantine feels like a year ago. My friend Simon, who lives in Copenhagen, and who I told I'd give a shout out to in case he's watching, sent me this book of a story by Hans Christian Andersen, the famous Danish fairy tale writer who wrote The Little Mermaid. It's the most famous story. And I was so enchanted by this book. It's called The Snow Queen. Something I loved about it was that there were all these little stories within the story. So I actually have been taking a few of those kind of mini stories and turning them into songs. So this is from a set of little tales that were told to the main character by flowers in the garden of an old woman that kidnaps her as she's on her way to try to save her friend from the Snow Queen. It's a very convoluted story. If you want to hear more about it, send me a message because I love talking about it. So this is the story of the trumpet flower. If this had been a concert as originally planned at Muchmore's, my friend Noah Becker was going to join me on it, wonderful sax and clarinet player. Noah currently has my copy of The Snow Queen. So you can also ask him questions about it if you have any, or if you want to see the very beautiful illustrations. Yeah, I've been experimenting a lot with trying to get different tones and weird sounds from the violin. This is a very kind of simple foray into that. But I've taken the original words from the story and kind of songified them. Hear the rustle of her silk gown. No rose on its stem, no apple blossom in the breeze. Graceful is she, so light. down the path. Leave upon, leave upon, leave upon, leave upon, leave upon, leave upon, down the path. Leave upon, leave upon, leave upon, leave. She leaves upon me. Down the path. Down the path. Down the leave upon, leave upon, leave upon, leave. Will he never come? 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 Thank you. Okay, thanks again, those of you who are tuning in. It's an honor to be virtually joined by you. I can't see you. You're probably glad about that. I wish I could see you. It's nice to be able to see your audience, but the time for that will come again, I'm confident. And thank you guys, my very small in-person audience. I'm gonna invite Nick to join me now to play a couple tunes. We're going to start with a kind of more classically composed tune for violin and guitar. It can actually also be played on mandolin and guitar, but that hasn't happened yet. And this music is fully notated if anyone's interested. It's called Cambium, which is the inner layer of bark on a tree. And I chose this name because that's what you see if you're like walking by a creek or something and you see fallen branches or the bark has fallen off and there's these crazy intricate lines that have been made by worms. The substance in which the worms have chewed to make these beautiful lines is called cambium. So science, I guess. For those of you who don't know Nick, this is Nick Saya on guitar. We are here together today. Tune. This also is not on the album, but you can find it on a wonderful compilation album, which was made recently by Asher Herzog of Baltimore. And it's called, what's it called? Be More Left.
Be More, that's the artist name.
It's the artist name.
The
So
album
that's
is
BMORE Left.
It's COVID-19 relief mixtape, I think.
And you can find this album on Bandcamp. The proceeds, I'm not even sure if it's still up. Is it still
It's
up?
still up.
It's still up.
Up.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a lot of music by really awesome Baltimore-based artists on this album, including a solo tune of Nick's. The proceeds are split equally among the artists, and this is a really good way to support artists during this time when everyone's shows have been canceled, is to buy their music. Many artists are kind of speaking up about the injustices of streaming companies like Spotify. There's some petitions going around asking Spotify to pay artists more royalties for streaming. So we're doing what we can against the machine. But until then, I highly encourage all of you listeners to check out Bandcamp, which is a platform where you can buy music by thousands and thousands of artists, and all the proceeds except for a small processing fee go directly to the artists. That's where you can find my album, Mayfly, which is in the description of this video. So I highly encourage everyone to do that. We've kind of been going crazy buying people's albums with all the money that we're saving from not doing anything else. So here's Cambium. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Okay, so Nick also joined me for one tune on Mayfly, which we're going to play now. It's called The Hands. The king has the hands touch them, become the king has the hands Alrighty. Thanks again. Just gonna further detune here a little bit. So this is mostly a set of original music, but the next one I'm gonna play is my one cover for the evening. I really could not resist putting this on my album because it's one of my favorite tunes and I've been playing it for a long time now. I previously recorded it with its composer, Ellis Dyson, who lives in North Carolina. It's called Swift the Stroke, and it's kind of an old-timey tune, and so this is my solo arrangement of it. I really love this tune. You can find the original version of it on Bandcamp also, on Ellis and I's album called Old Time Night in America. But yeah, here's Swift the Stroke. There goes the dog.
There goes me.
I mean, this is great. I don't usually get to have dogs in my concerts.
And now you don't get.
Which was brief. Okay, just got a couple more. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see all of you in the flesh soon. Until then, this is, I guess, the best we got. I would love to hear feedback from those of you who are watching the live stream. If this is an effective way of performing, you think. I definitely have my reservations of it, so this is about it. So this is kind of an experiment. But yeah, I think that all of us musicians are trying to keep sharing what we're doing and being creative in whatever ways we can right now. I'm going to play a tune I wrote last summer next called Connecticut, about a big house that I stayed in for a week or so that was filled with bugs. With soft wings, they sit in window panes, and on downy wallpaper of 1,000 patterns. One chooses wide, forgets its bird wings. With long legs, limitless darkness, no gravity. That's at the core of mine. Back in your corners, against the glass, there is no dream of waking, just egg and wet, dust and pollen, leg and wing, heat and blood. Back in your corners, against the glass, there is no dream of waking, just egg and wet, dust and pollen, leg and wing, heat and blood, egg and wet, dust and pollen, leg and wing, heat and blood. Yeah, 2 more. So this is a very recent one. This will be its first performance of it. I decided I really wanted to be playing more viola. So it's been a lot of fun writing for viola these days. So I've just got one more tune that I'd love to play for y'all tonight. But I'm gonna take this opportunity to say once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I guess we'll all be probably watching lots of live stream concerts in the next few months. And it'll be interesting to see that progression. Let's all keep in touch and keep supporting each other. I'd also love to shout out to the people that helped me make this album, from which I'm playing music tonight. My recording engineer was Edwin Hewitt, who graciously came to our house and recorded me in the basement and did an incredible job. The album was mastered by Sam Torres. Both of these people are also performing artists who have awesome music out on the roads for your enjoyment. And to Nick again for joining me. It's always fun. We made those candles also. Actually, you can't really see
I
them.
don't think you can see it. Well, on the track. Display that.
Ta-da! Anyway, I'm going to play my last tune. It's called 100 Spiderwebs. Again, my album that I've been playing music from, Mayfly, is in the link, the link to the album is in the description to this video. And you can also find it by searching for my name on Bandcamp, which is the platform that this and many, many other albums are on. Again, support your favorite musicians by buying their albums, not by streaming their music. And here we go. This is 100 Spiderwebs.
Featuring the candles.
Sometimes the water is high when I go down in the white hot morning. When 100 spider-webs are all of the branches dead in the shadows. Dear, are sleeping there. Dear, you're sleeping there. How I saw you up in the cold and sunny light. Morning rose and sleeping. And the fire went into the river. Oh, how I saw you. Oh, how I saw you. Went down into the river. Thank you so much. Everyone go eat a very healthy dinner. Ta-ta for now.